Right. So obviously today we're going to still stick on villagers and get them to do their actual jobs. But pots. I think with the change that stuff can be stored in them, and obviously us as players or builders can affect that, I think they're probably the best way to handle the offendies. So these are pretty much crucial to a lot of the crafting systems of this pack, right? So you get these different hearts, and then you can take them over to the spell altar, you can craft a bunch of spell tomes, or you can combine them with weapons to create unique weapons with unique effects. So basically, I was initially thinking arm stands. So every now and then one would spawn out in the world and have a heart on it, right? So you have to go destroy it, right, to get the heart, and basically it would passively buff up the mobs in the area. But I think decorated pots are a little bit better, right? So if I use this marker with the affinity spawn tag, it will create a pot, and that pot... God. No, it does have one. Oh, why wasn't it working? Let me reload. That's the ancient heart. That's fine. There we go. Right, so depending on the heart inside, I'll have the particle effect similar to the altar, although I probably want to tweak them, right? I don't want them to be carbon copies. I probably want to at least pull it in, right? So it's directly around the pot, or make it bigger, right? So they can sort of help lead you to where the pot is. Actually, that's a better idea, I think. Have it huge so you can see it through walls, and you can go, all right, so the pot is somewhere, you know, around this wisp. Or even have the wisp start far away and go towards the pot. I don't know, I'll think about it. I just want to also make sure that this is still working. Okay, good. Right, yeah. So you can still attune the altar. Although its particle, I'm guessing, is heavily reduced, because this one is on. Because again, I'm not forcing particles. Right, so if you hit the cap, you hit the cap. And it doesn't, well, cause unnecessary lag. There are certain ones I might go back through and force the particles for, just because they are impactful. Especially like these decorated pots. If you can't find it, you can't destroy it. If you can't destroy it, then it continues to buff mobs, and that's a headache in itself. But that does mean we have started dynamic difficulty. So there's just one block yet to start, which is great. Again, the 3 down here I'm probably going to forego. Maybe the daily events I'll tackle. Right, but everything else is looking great. Decorated pot breaking. Yes, this was another system. I don't think that was for the hearts, though. That was more so for ancient eyes, right? So iron golem, you get a sherd pot, right? And depending on the sherds you use, the iron golem can break it and drop different loot. I think that's fine. Water effect still in works. Undecided what route I want to go with that. Right, so there's 2. I was thinking, might as well, I should have one, right? I don't have any activate, actually. We'll go activate one quickly. But basically, either, I was thinking, a passive effect of the player if they stand on top of it, or run over it, etc. Or a ongoing effect in a certain area. I don't know which is better, right? And technically in the pack, there's already things that do both. So for instance, this is an activated ward. We have the new spore system that creates an area effect, right? So if you're under the spore and you give it certain charms, it does certain things. But with these, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I want them to be constant or something you have to stand on activate. I think currently they are, yeah, they're on the stand on. So obviously we're standing on it. It's got a particle effect and it would do something. Don't think I've done the do something yet. No, because I was undecided, again, whether I want them to passively do something out in the world. I don't want them to do both, right? Because that's obviously the easiest solution. Have them dual effect. You can walk onto them, do something. Well, actually, now that I'm saying it out loud, I'm kind of going, maybe I do want them to do that, right? Have a passive effect in a chunk radius, probably, and then have an active effect if you stand on top of them. I'll think about it more. But anyway, so started. Village activities I have marked as green, because I think they are done, aside from testing. But balancing-wise, that's probably the other thing to do for them. Yeah, it's nice, right? Again, it's looking like by the end of this week, it's actually achievable to get the majority of the pack done, and then just spend next week testing and polishing it off. I have severely tweaked the llama, right? Because llamas used to be able to spawn raids, and I thought that was just a fun additional way to get raids. Yeah, no. Since they are vital to the working system, we have cut that out. So we do need to tame one. Well, cannot open the inventory while... I guess not. Guess we'll just wait. Well, you didn't like us. We want a chest. We want emeralds. And I'm pretty sure this is a bug of the snapshot. But none of my hotbars are saving, because we saved them again yesterday, and, well, nothing. Come on, tame. You're vital. I could just spawn one in, I guess, but, oh well. Shouldn't take too long. There we go. Okay, so we can equip it with a chest. Ooh. Now, what we can do is we can... Oh, it's a crappy one. We can give it emeralds, right? And this will allow villagers to actually go about their day and work properly. So if we grab out a villager... Thank you for your little proc, although that's more on you. Who should we start with? We will start with the loom, because I do want to recheck this one. You spawned in a awful location. Let's try again. Thank you. So, he should now perform work at his block. And he should minus emeralds from the llama in doing so. Let's go on. Work. Should always check the functions just to make sure they are actually working. Of course, it's the one that is not there, right? You can see how they've all doubled up. So Blockjack checks for their workstation, and then work forces them to actually do work, right? And they are literally the only one. No, never mind, Librarian is missing as well. Okay, so Librarian and Shepherd. So while I fix them, we will change it over. Right, so watch him work. It is random intervals, but I might have to increase it, looks like. No, he has worker. Yeah, so it's just waiting for it to randomly proc that it's his turn to work. I can also manually force it or pretend to be the villager, but we'll say he should proc it eventually. Just a random roll right up here. If I actually set up the scoreboard, we can pay attention. Right, so if I put RNG variable up, it has to hit a certain range of numbers for each villager. Right, that way I can split up when they actually work and make it random. But I guess we're getting super unlucky because he's not proccing. Or, again, it's broken. Weaponsmith, right? You're a weaponsmith, not a toolsmith. I guess I should check you as well. I don't think I changed the weaponsmith. Have I just gone unlucky and picked the two villages that don't actually work? No, weaponsmith, blockjack, weaponsmith work, right? Alright, whatever reason. We'll pretend to be the villager, right? So if I trigger the block check one, block check, right? So grindstone. Where did it spawn the items? No, it did spawn the items. It's not going to work every time because again that RNG interval, so it's only meant to proc when it checks. As you can see, it starts smithing. But yeah, I haven't actually put a hub text there, have I? Nope, that's fine. And it made a diamond, and eventually the diamond would amount to an actual weapon. So hopefully you can do your job. And I'm a bit curious why it's not actually triggering. Function. Runechant mob / villages. So the worker tag's still there. Yeah, so this checks which one should conduct work. The llama tags them, which we already saw worked, right? So he's prepared to work. Spawn a few in and see if any of them do their jobs. We know Shepherd doesn't work, but just pay attention. I should be in range for them all to proc. and tell us that they are working. We'll reload though, because the chat is way too full. I need... Oh! Of course, now you work. Right, so you made a sword. It's another diamond. You're curing leather, so you start with raw flesh. Should reproc the cauldron. Curious. I guess he needed friends to actually do his job. Right, so the cauldron filled. And that raw flesh should now turn into leather. Eventually. Right, if we get another proc of curing leather. You should tinker with that, and you should build arrows. The weaponsmith, though, should have deleted the diamond when he made the sword. Right, so we'll have to check that as well. Oh, there you go. There's some sticks. There's some leather. You should turn the leather into armor as well. And more importantly, as all this is going on, yeah, there's emeralds disappearing from the llama. Right, so it does cost emeralds for them to conduct their work. I think is a fine way of balancing it. So you have to find a llama, tame it, give it a chest, stick it in the village, and give it emeralds if you want them to actually conduct their work, right? Although I am thinking of moving the end products to spawn somewhere else, like to the left or right. That way players can set up hoppers or collection, you know, for the items, right? Anyway, why is the shepherd not working? So we need to see... That is no longer necessary. Need to see which commands I have fuddled. Right, so we're looking for red. It's probably going to be one of the colors. So just do that, so it's blank. Yeah, it's definitely going to be one of the colors. It's annoying, because I have to think which color is not the Australian spelling, right? Is the American spelling. It's most likely grey, because that's always what I mess up. But no. Pink. I guess I should go through the colors myself. Right, just to make sure. Functions. Runechant. I really wish I didn't have to type in the starting tag. Villager. Definitely not there. Shepherd. Yeah, definitely not there. You made arrows yet? No. Next proc should make arrows. You are cycling through leather, which is fine. Might up these stacks of leather too. Make them a decent leather generator. Arrow? Yeah, so there's some arrows there. So we should not only start the cycle again, but also make tipped arrows now for us, which is nice. Oh, you cut the... Cut? Is that the correct term? I think that's the correct term. Right, tipped arrows. God, there's so much going on. That's why we're doing them one at a time. But yeah, you've made stone. Right, cycles through stone, cobblestone, and tough, and spawn some minerals, depending on, obviously, what they, quote-unquote, find in their block. Sort of a fine line I'm trying to keep, because I do want them to, you know, be powerful effects and give you a reason to actually go set up in a village, but at the same time, I don't want them to be overpowered, because they are very easy to manipulate. Okay, how do I want to do this? What... I guess I delete stuff from the function and we reload and see if it works. Save. Function, Runechant. I should really just click enter so it's saved. Villager/s. Villagers/s. Okay, so it's not in that first step. Fine, I can go ahead and delete something else. We should be able to see the typo then, surely. Reload. Okay, it's there, so it's not in the second step. Not in the third step. It's gonna be... Actually, it might be one of the summons. Vindicator, Pillager, Evoker... No, they all look right. There's a chance the Shepherd accidentally makes a Omnis banner. Okay, so it's in the last one. Fine, I can look for typos. Pink wool, magenta wool, purple wool, blue wool, light blue, cyan, green, lime, yellow, orange, red, brown, black, grey with an A. Ah, there we go. I've left a banner. Right, so you should be there. No, you're not there now. Can I do it in multiple places? Summon, summon, summon. Complete this segment again. Also, the diamond over there. Where'd that come from? Must have come from the stonecutter, I think. We made 2 axes, blah, blah, blah. We made a bunch of tipped arrows. Also need to work on the timing, right? Have the items despawn probably a little bit quicker, just so it doesn't flood the world with entities. Yeah, okay, so the shepherd work is there now. There has to be something else in this segment. Let me just delete that specific segment. Yeah, so it's definitely in that segment. White wall, light wall, light wall. Oh, okay. What's that meant to be? Light grey. I've skipped. Yes. Now we have to do the same thing with the librarian. Fun. I do think probably the Fletcher is the best one to farm. Or the Fletcher or the Stonecutter, right? Because they actually have decent jobs. And also, something else I do want to look at is this should be using anywhere from 1 to 5 emeralds at a time, right? Doesn't feel like it's going down that quickly. Hopefully one of them procs and we can directly look at the inventory. Come on, someone do a job. So it's 44, so that only used 1. So we do need to remember. Courage of the village should trigger them all to work a bit quicker. 43, that didn't use any. During leather, that also didn't use any. The timing might be off. Alright, I'll need to look into the tax. Because it shouldn't never use none. Or should it? Can't remember, did I do 0 to 5 or 1 to 5? That will, that's some work. Spawn in the shepherd. Yeah, that's 2 misplaced. No, you're fine. Need to tactically get rid of you. Done, and you. Yes, you all can be upset. I don't care. Get to work. The shepherd should make banners. We should cycle through, I think it's wool, wool carpet, and then banners. You have made us a ton of tipped arrows, which is quite nice. Right, again, a great way to farm them. How are you looking? 42, yeah, so something's going on with the taxing. Not actually deducting enough emeralds, from the looks of it. You know what might be the issue? They might be working too quickly, because I have it set to tax them on an interval. So right there, I think they both tagged the llama, but he hasn't actually procced to delete an emerald from his inventory. The reason I have it on a timer rather than just constant is, well, it's a very hefty check. That was definitely more though, because we only saw 2 procs, but he's down to 40. I mean, it is burning through them, so it's not horrible. Also, the stonemason actually generates tough as well. I might make it other blocks as well. I'll think about it. You are not doing your job yet, though. I think I need to delete some of you. I think the llama can only pick 3 villagers at a time to work. So I should get rid of the baby one as well. So if you enslave them, right, you can get them to do efficient things. Pick up all the items. Shouldn't the leather have gone into my inventory? That is rotten flesh. We'll see what he procs. I picked it up. Right, you can also toss stuff back. Right, you can advance their state. I'm also thinking I might do custom recipes. So for instance, if you bring X to a Fletcher, he could create something better, right? So it pays to actually go and try to give them items. I think that's another cool way to make villages a bit more interactable. So like if you took armor to an armorer, armor smith, whichever one it is, they actually do something to it. I think that would be a decent idea. But also a lot of work. Still waiting on you. I didn't actually check the function. I just remembered. Oh, it's there, right? And if we pretend to be the shepherd. So if I do the shepherd block check. Yeah, look at that. Crafting. I'm weaving. more or less. Not actually making anything. Is that your problem? Well, you should still be announcing to the chat. No, it's not. Why is it not creating anything? The first step should be, if there's air above the loom, it should place wool. Maybe I messed up the RNG interval? Also, again, you should be making leather armor. So the next step of the leather should be armor. Part of me kind of wants to just rewrite all their jobs, because I don't think I did a good job. I copy and pasted them from the previous attempt at the map. Ah, okay, yeah, I botched the shepherd. Right, yeah, I think he's 837 to 912, when he's 761 to 836. That's annoying, because that is a lot to re-edit. What did I say it was? Shepherd is 761 to 836. And he has how many possibilities? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 possibilities. That is quite a lot. Right, so I need to divide... No, I need to minus that from that. Which is 75. Then I need to divide 75 by 17. Then I need to plus it to everything. Work out the numbers I need to feed into the RNG. $836. Okay. It's going to be a lot of typing, though. So let's change out the villages, so at least you guys have something to watch. So we know the Fletcher works perfectly. Right, he's creating arrows, turning them into tipped arrows. You're good. I have not been paying attention to see if you actually make armor, so it's bad. You need to stay. You were fixing. We saw the toolsmith make stuff, although he might be a little bit buggy. We definitely saw the stonemason. So we want the librarian, which is a lectern. Although we do need to fix yours as well, because that's not actually on the thing. What other ones do we have? Butcher, armorer, cartography, cleric. Cleric. I think I fixed them a little bit too. Or I might need to. I think the idea was to try and get them to wait. Right, one more. Who else? Probably the butcher. No, the farmer. Well, no, the farmer doesn't work because he needs to have stuff in his inventory. I need to give him food. Toolsmith. Yeah, that'll do. Smithing table. Alright, so we're just making sure that they all proc their little notice. And that they do stuff. And that you make armor from this leather. That's what you should do next. So we see another curing leather proc. Should transform, but I feel like it's going to restart. Actually, no, his next step should be to refill the cauldron. Now you're looking on emeralds. 28, yeah. So I don't think it's burning through emeralds quick enough. I feel like I want it to really tax emeralds. I don't know. Okay, numbers I need to fix while they're all going on. Curing leather, so that refilled the cauldron. But the next step should actually, hopefully, create leather. Was that weaving? I'm in the process of fixing it. Should probably use the replace function. Probably would have done this quicker. Okay, he did make boots, which is good, right? So that's working. Brewing. Oh, no, I don't want you guys to leave. But he did make brew, right? Or he is currently brewing. I could right-click on it. Yeah, so he should pick a random recipe from all the different brewing recipes to work on. Smithing. Ooh, okay. I need to look at you. You didn't make anything. You actually, no, I think you enchanted his armor before it disappeared. I think these three in conjunction are a bit bad. Because you're meant to make books and enchant them. You're meant to make tools and enchant them. You're meant to make leather, but not actually do anything else with it. Right? Because you don't seem like someone who can refine armor into enchants. Where was I up to? 801, 806, 810, 814, 819, 823, 828, 832. Alright, the shepherd should now be functional. Right, so weave something for us. Need to fix the librarian next. Perfect. So it should cycle through, again, wool carpet into a banner. Wait and see. And then shepherd. Sorry, librarian. What did I mess up? There's not a lot. Carpet, perfect. So that should also make the color. And you are also, you are enchanting stuff. Yeah, bad. I need to reduce the range on all of them, I think. I mean, it's not bad. You can give them any item to enchant. Because the idea was you can, again, come drop off, say, your tools. And get some early game enchants off of the different villages. Right, let's see if that is all it was. Perfect. We save and quit. Except, no, I've messed you up. Because I don't think enchanting a book is actually going to work. And you're still enchanting random items. So I probably need to filter on you to make sure it's only tools. It's a bit annoying. Weaving, cool, you made a banner. You are functional. That's what we like to see. What was I going to try? Yeah, give me a book. I'm pretty sure I'm modifying the wrong tag with this. No, it's an enchanted book. Is that right? Yes, because it goes paper, book, enchanted book. But I'm pretty sure I can't add extra enchants to this using this. Right? I'm pretty sure it has to be the... No, it does work. But is it transferable, right? Because it's not under the stored enchants, it's under the normal enchant tag. By the way? Yeah, okay, so, see that? So the book is enchanted, but it's not actually stored. Which could be really confusing. So I need to data get entity type equals item equals 1. So the one I'm meant to be modifying is this stored enchantments. Stored, 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 stored. Also, have we seen any of the librarian procs? No. Oh, no, never mind, we have. But this will be a bad book, right? Because it's enchanted, it's not actually stored. Actually, no. If I save and quit and drop this book, he should be able to apply a proper enchant to it now. But I can drop it before he actually triggers his next cycle. Why did that not land on top? I was also thinking of placing them on the lectern, but I don't think you can place enchanted books. And overall, it's sort of like double-edged. Do I want things to be accessible, or do I want things to be, I guess, actually in their workstations, right? Like I could have the Smith stuff inside here. I could force items into it, but then it's kind of weird for the player to actually go and take them. Either way, I do have to decrease the range. I think it's 3 blocks when it should be 1, right? 1 block away, because they should be right next to the table when they actually smith. Yeah, and that's also an issue. He's enchanting the iron ingots, right, rather than the pickaxe. But we do just want the librarian. To really make a checklist, right? In fact, that's probably what we'll do. We'll start again. We'll go through them all one by one. And I can mark off who is fine. And who needs some tweaking. Go over you, and you. Okay. So I'll just do them here. And definitely clear my inventory. I need villager eggs. Then I need every single work block. I can never remember. I remember, well, most of them actually. Easier just to look them up. Where are they on the wiki? Exactly, there we are. Okay, so blast furnace, smoker. Surprised these aren't in alphabetical order. Blast furnace, smoker. Photography table. Growing stand. Farmer is a composter, but we'll also need extra items to make them work. Right, basically, what I've set them up to do is utilize whatever's in their inventory. Right, so if, say they have beetroots, then they actually craft beetroot soup. If they have wheat, they'll turn it into hay bales. After cauldron, lectern, stonecutter, loom. Smithing table, grindstone. Okay, so who's up first? Probably the photography table. This is very basic though, right? What he does. And we can also check the llama now. So he's at 5. So I want to check after every time he works. Which now we actually have to play the waiting game. You know what? No, I'm doing this wrong. No, I'm not. I was going to say I should act as the worker, but that doesn't really work, because again, the RNG check, I'd have to edit all the functions, delete that. You should work eventually. I mean, it's something to oh, never mind. Right, so he crafted. He made a compass. Not that fanciful. Again, I don't know what exactly to do. I'd love to have them generate like treasure maps, but there is not any way I know of, or I can find online, to actually spawn in treasure maps. So that's a no-go. Anyway, you should cycle through a few more things. What was the emerald count? That was the wrong button. I was meant to shift. 4, so it used 1 there. So we'll wait. And good, the compass despawn. The items should despawn a lot quicker. So yeah, I'll let them work while I go get a drink, and then hopefully the emerald count does change. Again, it should drop from anywhere between 0 to 5, right? So that's what we want to see. Did you do any work while I was away? Guessing no. Nah. I will tweak one. It does work as I say that. I was going to say I will tweak one function. Just to make them work a bit quicker. Right, this should force everyone to work quicker. / break it. Always check functions after you edit them. Oh, yeah, so it should be forcing the cartographer to constantly work. It doesn't seem to have increased his work ethic at all. No, I changed the wrong one. Never mind. Okay. What function is it that actually controls them doing their work? Because work is just tags them, primes them, if you will. Work. There you go, he made a spyglass. I guess that's something a little bit better. I mean, I could make him spawn the resources for him. That way at least you could end the cycle early and farm something from him. I think it's under mob interactions. Yeah. This was the timer I meant to get rid of. As soon as they have a work tag, they should work. So every 12 seconds? I think it is. Yeah, every 12 seconds they should work. Although he is going a lot quicker, which is good. Come on. 63. I think it forces us out every time it updates. Yeah, every time it gets taxed. That was only one, right? Yeah, and it's not anything fancy. If I can think up something better for him, maybe. But for now, it's just craftables. Alright. Let me set up a chest, actually. We'll do done, needs tweaking, and needs a lot of tweaking, I think. Right? Shift. Yeah, perfect. So, cartography table is in the medium. Yeah. Alright, next up, stonecutter. If you would move back, please. More. Alright. Stonecut. So stone becomes... Should probably increase the llama too. No, I can do this. Tag entity type equals villager. Although this is probably going to be way too much. Add worker. Review that. Yeah, he should constantly work. It's not that bad, right? So he's just cutting stone. It's a little bit too quick. And then producing the extra thing. So you get tough, you get random resources, right? Stonecutter is probably the best one. Again, it's not eating enough emeralds, I think. I think that one's definitely good, as is. Right, librarian. So you should go paper, book, enchant. Yeah, so paper. I need to look at the llama's tax function. Is it because they're operating on the same tick that they're not clearing more than once? Yeah, that's probably it. What I can do is set up another way. I can have it count down, and then once it gets to 0, that's probably better. How many was that? Paper, book, enchant, book, enchant. So this should have an enchant on it. Yeah, it has fortune and the 2 curses, right? He's not perfect, but if we do leave him, I can't remember if it replaces the enchants or if they stack. I think it replaces. But you can still use librarians to farm up enchanted books, and I suppose farm up experience. No, that's the way. Farm up enchanted books, but you will have to stick with the curses, right? So I think that's a decent trade-off, maybe. And I think if I give myself luck, he won't actually apply the curses. So if you have enough luck, right, he'll just make good enchanted books. Right, so what's this? Just protection 3 now. Yeah. So I think the librarian's balanced as well. We'll let them do a little bit more work. I look into the llama situation and paying proper taxes in emeralds. Where are they? Under villager. What do I even call it? I think it's just called llama. Yeah, and then runs llama clear emerald, which is in Misk apparently. Really bad organization. How do I want to do this? I should minus a scoreboard and then reapply the function. Yeah. So what I should do is roll the new roll command, I think. Random. Close. Random roll. No, I already have scoreboard set up. I don't need to set up another one using the inbuilt one. But I do have to modify every single one. It's a little bit annoying. Do I make the enchant stack? That's the question, though. Yeah, I think the best end product is to have it spawn the last item somewhere else, right? Rather than where they're crafting. That way you can set up hoppers to collect. Even if they spawn the last item on themselves, maybe. And then you can put a hopper in front of their workstation or around their workstation to collect items. It's probably the go. Anyway, we will stick you in the good section. And what job do you want to try out next? We know the loom works, right? Good, just in case. It's whether or not I want to rebalance it. Again, I think it's similar to the cartography table, right? It does what you'd expect it to do, but we should have a, in all honesty, a better function. Probably. Right, you work while I fix up the other stuff. Starters, the remove tax could go somewhere else. We made a banner. We would kind of want to see the Omnis banner proc as well. Well, at least I would. Did I even do that right? I think it just spawns an Omnis banner. Yeah. Yeah, I think I did it right. Villages. Llama. We already have open. So, blah, blah, blah. Remove taxable and remove tax. Yeah, I don't like it being where it is. Problem is, I don't want it to be endless, right? So I need some sort of way to scale it, so it can roll up to X amount of times. So the best way is to just pick a random number. So I need to set up a new scoreboard, right? Llama tax amount. Weaving, looking good. Yeah, and drops the banners, which are good. Again, This one I can't really control where they drop though. But they would fly out, so you can put hoppers around it. So I guess that's fine. Where am I sticking the scoreboard? I have way too many things. Okay, so we'll just call it alarm attacks. Just add it right now so I don't have to restart. Okay, so basically what we want to happen is the llama to pick a random number. So it should be scoreboard, players, add at S, llama attacks 1. Okay, so we can add up to 5 counts. That's good. Then it runs the clear command. And what we want the clear command to do is only remove the taxable tag if the scoreboard is done. So I believe it's tax. Oh, it's not. Sorry, tag at S, remove, be tax and taxable. I believe are the 2 tags. Oh, I don't know why I did R. But I'm glad on this banner does seem like it's hard to roll. That was the intention, it's just a fun, flavorful thing. So now it would be execute, if score, at S, alarm attacks, is 1, I guess? No, it's 0. No, it's 1. Right? 5 minus 1, so 1 proc, 2 proc, 3 proc, 4 proc, 5 proc. Yeah. Oh, there you go. He did. Is that too strong? They did kind of decimate. Oh, wait. You should not be doing that. They. Oh, God damn it. I have to tame another llama. But I would say the Weaver works. Yeah, and in a normal setting, it should make the Iron Golem. And you get Omnis Banner out of it. That doesn't trigger a raid, I should say. Made way too many llamas. Sorry, little ones. You shouldn't exist. Grab everything. I have to clear my inventory again. Armor. Open hand. Let it tame. Well, this one looks like a strong one. Right? From the HP? Or is strength independent? It's probably independent. Grumpy one. You weren't even born yet when I murdered your kin. Okay, give you a chest. Give you some emeralds. He's definitely a little bit stronger. And who's the next villager? So the loom can go in here for now. Right? Again, I don't think there's much to add, or I should say I could add to it. Unless he makes some fancy stuff that I end up adding. I don't know. Fisherman. This one should be interesting. So you should either spawn fish or insert drops. Which makes it easy to loot as, you know, automated. Right, you can just have it collect. Anyway, what were we doing? Score, board, nope. Execute if score at S, llama taxable matches 1. Run, that's what I need. But we do also want, yeah, so you can also spawn fish. Right, sometimes they're not quite caught. And that was the wrong one. Scoreboard players, reset at S. Arm attacks. And we want matches 2 or greater to rerun the function. And to -1 from the score. Rerun the function. So far, it doesn't look like he's getting many in the crate. And in fact, he destroyed himself with the pufferfish. Yeah, you didn't spawn any in there. You're not the best fisherman, are you? You are in a horrible position. Try again. Not reset. Remove. Arm attacks. 1. To copy this to every single function. But I do have to check all the slots individually to actually make them work. Annoyingly. So you should have a chance to... It should be 50-50, right? Because there are 4 fish you can spawn. And there are 4 roles you can do. You can do the basic fishing loot table, which I know branches off into the other 3. But then you can do specifically the other 3, right? So there is decent weighting to it. It doesn't just spawn fish. Unless, of course, I've messed up the numbers again. Although, in saying that, we've already seen 2 different fish, so it shouldn't be messed up. Yeah, there we go. We should have stored... Look at that. Found a fishing rod and 2 raw cod. Good job. Right? Don't summon pufferfish. Don't off yourself. Alright, the llama should be fixed. Well, not fixed, but the llama should be more costly to run. Right, so 15. I do also, though, need to rechange the workers, because I changed it again. Just so I don't forget to save it. Accidentally delete it. And delete that. It's your fault. I'm going to stick the barrel in this chest, because I think that's fine. Right. Again, in a normal setting, he would not be contained, so the pufferfish would go where it should probably go. Well, I might spawn a little bit further away. Okay, don't need that junk. Really clean things up. The cauldron, all the spawning ones are a bit iffy, so we'll wait on them. I think the fletching table is fine. We'll just double check it. Right, I think this one's finely balanced. Again, it's just whether or not I move the end product away from the fletching table, so the player has a way to actually collect it. I would sort of like them to insert their drops into something. I was thinking the llama, right, since that's the whole crux. But then you'd have to have a llama with, you know, a ton of inventory, or you'd have to have a ton of llamas to actually effectively collect everything. The other issue is, well, I suppose I could tag the items, right? I could then give the player a way to collect items. Something they could set up in the village that automatically collects everything. Right? As simple as just putting a hopper on a barrel with X thing in an item frame and have it teleport all the final products. And then I could just get around filtering by tagging certain things they create. And that way, if it has a tag, it doesn't teleport. That's a decent way of doing it, right? Then I don't have to worry about changing it. Player has an easier time farming it if they can make X item. Yeah, I don't mind that idea. Also, I was not looking. That's not good. I broke it, it looks like. Yeah. My bad. One of the things I typed out is not good, but we do just want to check the other one as well. Yeah, so they're all missing. So I destroyed all of it, somehow. You were making a ton of tipped arrows, which is great. That's what we want. Again, you need to feed emeralds in. I think it's fine, but I do like the other idea, right, of putting X things onto the fletching table, and then the fletcher will fletch it for you. It's another way of handling it. So many ways to tweak it. Anyway, I need to check the llama. Was it this one? Yeah. Why is this not working? Has to be one of the scoreboard ones. They're the only things I changed. Apparently it's not. Apparently they're all fine. Function, Runechant, mob, slash villages. I put village, didn't I? I must have. Yeah, okay, so that one's fine. But the Miska, definitely not. Was there another... Yeah, Llama Clear Emeralds. Which I didn't change at all, so this one should be fine. Misk. Llama Clear Emerald, good. Should probably grab these and get rid of you. No, not you, get rid of the block. Alright, so, yeah, Fletcher's more or less fine. Who do we have left? Smoker. Alright. Do your butchery. This one's a bit... Maybe I should tweak it. Yeah. I mean, again... What else do you expect a butcher to do? Other than... Butcher. Okay, so what exactly did I mess up? Ah, that's a nice simple one. I wrote fun instead of run. No, I wrote fun instead of function. Alright, now I just have to fix every single one of them. What's gonna have the butcher do besides the 4 basic ones? I haven't put meat actually into the smoker, I suppose, and actually cook the meat. Yeah, it's probably worthwhile, having that slight extra cycle. Because basically it's spawn, 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 while also butchering. Right, and having a middle step is probably a little bit better. Although I would also kind of like him to build up more animals, because right now he only cycles through one at a time. It'd be kind of cool to have the butcher, you know, lead a bunch of animals around before doing his work. Definitely a great food farm. You got the emeralds. Okay. Function. Eh. I've done something that broke the game, interestingly. Hmm? Worrisome? Why? Is there an endless loop in here that I don't know about? I don't think so. Definitely needs something to do with the items. I will have to force quit. Minecraft launcher. I assume it's the Java platform. Yeah. And I clicked off the launcher before it could tell me the error code. A weird time to crash because I don't think I did anything extreme. It is data checking the llama a ton, though. It is set to every 12 seconds. And should only run 5 times at max. Yeah, it's bad, but it's not horrible. Definitely destroy all the items. I should make... that's not good. Has to be within the 12 seconds that the llama is operable. So for now, I need to get rid of that function. And see if that is the issue here. How can I get around it? I could tag the llama and have it just reapply the tax, but then it's also always going to be every 12 seconds. Okay, so we get rid of the clear emerald. For now, at least. We'll have to force quit the game again. So it's crash 1, error code 1. Which I assume is just overload. Let's see, Xcode 1, Minecraft. Now the Java configuration. Yeah, no, it must be. Yeah, lots of triggers. So we've put back to, well, it's actually 0 now. Yeah, delete the items. Levels are still bad, but not as bad. Yeah, next week's going to be fun. Just optimizing everything. Is it... Are you the main cause? Let's see. No, it's just unstable at the moment. Did a little bit of damage, but still pretty bad. Function check which ones are bad. Best thing to do though while we wait is just kill entities that aren't us. That should minimize it, right? Because our entity count is, wow. I should look at that. No, that's not entity count. The bottom one's entity count. Although it was still bad, right? What's the top one? C. I don't know. Yeah, but it's back to normal. Which is good. Again, this is definitely going to be an intense data pack. There's a lot going on. I will do my best to bring it down. Llama. I'll return the function. It might have just been the amount of entities. A chest for when you are tamed. We'll also need emeralds. I assume I pick some up. Nope. Come on. Thank you. Just have to yell at it a little bit. Emeralds. Okay. Return the function. I'll save it. Put a villager down and see if it crashes again. Right. Are you the cause? Because again, the TVS has gone back to levels that I would like it to remain at. We'll have to see. I will also say the smoker is in the medium chest for now. Alright, could be better. But, you know, what do we actually do exactly is the questionable side. Movie farmer. PBS is still fine. Must have been the entity count, surely. We give you wheat. We give you beetroot. 2 T's. 2 E's. We give you a carrot. We give you a potato. Anything else? I think that's everything you can farm. Right, he's picked it all up. I need to return the workers. Yeah, so there you go. He's produced the right things. Question is, are you being... Nope, it's died again. Yeah, so it's definitely the llama. The way I'm handling the check is not good. Right? I know what the issue is, actually. And, oh, the way I'm doing it is stupid. So I removed it removing the tags, which is just dumb, because I don't need the tags to actually rerun the function. But I do want to make sure they only run once. Because right now they're just running in a loop, and that's causing it to explode. I return it like this. Should be enough to make it work again. I'll have to force quit again, I assume. But in the meantime, let me just fix the llama. I also need to give the nitwit something to do. I feel like just making them steal emeralds from the llama. So the more nitwits in your population, the worse it'll be. Fine. Relaunch the game. Okay, so it should still loop, which will probably be lag-inducing. But it should only loop up to 5 times. It'd be so much easier if I could just use the clear command on entities. There'd be a lot... There's so many things that'd be so much easier if you could just use X command on any entity. But, right, the main reason you can't is because every single entity has almost a different inventory system, right? The way they are stored. For instance, llamas use items, most things use item, and then also most things actually use inventory. And then also you've got the issues with capitalization. Boy, is there a lot of just inconsistency. Which I understand them trying to fix it with some of the updates they're doing, but at the same time, they're not doing it well. They're doing it little by little, which is just seems stupid to me. But hopefully this shouldn't crash now, right, with the llama actually being taxed correctly. Okay. Did we crash? We did crash. I should just return it to how it was, because it was working fine. So it doesn't like to loop this command. This command is awful to loop. But at the same time, there has to be something causing it to be endless. Okay, so what am I doing exactly? The big hang up is I have to check every slot of the llama, so that's really intensive. But there's not a better way to do it I can think of. So I'm only running it once every 12 seconds, which should alleviate it. I suppose I also need to limit how many llamas it can select. Another issue. Oh god, why did I do that? Haven't fixed it yet. I'm running it every 3 seconds. So it adds llama attacks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It then runs the clear command. It deletes the tags so that it doesn't run again. But then the loop is somewhere else. The loop is actually in the clearing. It's meant to clear and then run the function again, up to a maximum of 5 times. It should always pick correctly, so it shouldn't actually go exponential. What do I do? Suppose we test first. If it works, if I'm only increasing the score to 1. We bailed. I can still get on, and I can still check your inventory. Right, 62. Do it again for me. Give you more wheat while you're at it. Farmer's another weird one where I don't quite know what to do for them. I guess I could fill the composter slowly as well, and that way they produce bone meal. It's a decent idea. Yeah, that did 2 emeralds. Why did it do 2 emeralds? Hmm. What is your score? Nothing. When you roll again, it should go to 1. Was that not him just doing it again? It didn't go to 1. I guess because it's being deleted instantly. And it's minusing 2 emeralds every single time. Which I don't quite understand why it's only 2. So it should go to 1. And 1 should force it to reset instantly. So it shouldn't run twice. Right? That time it only minus 1. You are confusing me. Lag-wise, it's fine. And there'll be spikes at times. There should be a little spike every 3 seconds when it's checking the llama. 55 becomes 54. We were seeing it minus 2 sometimes, weren't we? Let's do this. If I scoreboard players add at E type equals llama, limit equals 1, sort equals nearest, llama tax, we'll put it to 2. Why is it not counting down? Okay, so it broke yet. Yeah, so it's definitely that loop that's breaking it, which is fine. I just have to think of some other way to proc it multiple times. I can make it RNG for it to actually deduct. I feel like I just have to settle for it to be 1 emerald per activity. I don't think there's any other way to do it. How many activities can proc So 5 workers can proc every 12 seconds. And the hope is that in those 12 seconds, each worker procs 3 seconds apart, so that the llama attacks. I think the only thing I can do to try and make it better is make the llama tax instant. So as soon as it gets the tax tag, it runs, and that way it makes sure to tax for every single villager that works, rather than being on a 3-second interval. The only issue with that is, again, it's sort of forcing the command to run a lot more often than what I would like, which could lead to very bad things, as we're sort of seeing by the game crashing. But I think that's the only way to actually do this. I need to clean up every single function, annoyingly. Okay, so they will no longer loop. That's what we want. I don't need to worry about increasing the score. I don't need to worry about having the score in the game. Should be able to restart, and we don't run into the issue. And yeah, instead of every 3 seconds, just as soon as they have the tag, run it. I almost don't need that as well. Okay, let's see if this crashes the game. It's now checking every single tick, whether or not the alarm can be taxed. Should only run 1 tick though. Yeah, so for now we can still access you. Do some work. 52, I can still access you. That's good. Is there any visible spike when the farmer procs? That's the question. We did it twice in a row. Doesn't look like it. I'm guessing the yellow spike is from something else. Okay, so that should be fine. The other thing I need to change is if the llama has no emeralds, it needs to remove taxable. That way they can't pick a llama without emeralds to tax. Unless our storage emerald remove taxable. That way you can have multiple llamas set up and they can all sort of slowly reduce. Okay, farmer done. Thank you for all the goodies. What job do you want next? Well, first off, again, the farmer is something I could add to. It's not perfect. All of these are as strong as I'd like them to be. Did I already do the smoker? Yeah, why do I have 2? Okay, so I guess up next is going to be the blast furnace. Right, this happens inside the furnace, so this one I am happy with. If you would move out of the spot, please. Get your job and get to work. Right, so you will slowly cycle through recipes. So for instance, this should be into iron armor, coal, iron, and I think this is something I need to set up more. But again, the end result, I should probably have spawn outside of the furnace. That way, again, players have an easier way of collecting them. So he makes iron boots, village crafted, probably modify the attributes a little bit, right? Make it decent armor to get. But he should cycle again. He should be able to make either chainmail or diamond rarely, right? The coal and coal turns into, it should be a diamond and normal coal, I think. I can't actually remember what I put. Diamond and leather. Should proc it soon. Diamond leather. Into diamond boots. Done. One more time, because the fact that we got boots both times is a little bit worrisome. Should also clean up my inventory. We still have that, that, and that to go, right? 4, 4, 3. Why does that not feel right? Shouldn't there be 12? Ah, there we go. What stage was that? So I want to make sure he's not just making boots. It's not a good sign. Feels like I've messed up the numbers again, if he's just making boots. Leave it like that. Let me check. Yeah, no, we should have equal chance to make different things. Mount, boots, leggings, chestplate, helmet. Boots, leggings, chestplate, helmet. Show me something that isn't boots, please. Could just be, yeah, we're just highly unlucky with the timing. You can make stuff other than boots. That's good to see. So this is probably on the higher end of the middle chest, actually. Right? Could be better, but it's probably the least likely for me to actually change. Alright, so smithing table. Let's see you actually smith. These ones are annoying. Again, I should just force it in here, I suppose. Have them craft it inside the table. Pretty sure I can do that. And that's also an issue. He's enchanting any random item rather than the specific ones he creates. I should also be deleting the iron ingots. This is toolsmith, right? So much to read through. So it creates iron, gold, or a diamond. He then creates either an axe, shovel, or pickaxe, or hoe, which we're seeing, which is fine. But then the enchantments are enchanting any item that exists, and that's the problem. And he's also not deleting. I should most likely just use the data merge. Right, so if it finds iron with 2, it changes it into X item, rather than summoning it. If I want to make the different steps again farmable, so like you could use him to farm iron. And everything should end up with the Vanishing Curse as well. God. Of course, when I go to grab it, is when he... yeah, like talk. It despawns. The diamond, iron ingot, diamond, and gold ingot. The other cool thing that I do like about this one though, is right, if I go farm iron, I can come to him and I can drop it on the table to get a tool rather than wait for something else. Right, rather than, sorry, get 3 and make the tool myself. Plus then you can also enchant it. So it's definitely the better way to speed up the early game. Right, this should make him delete the ingot though. I should probably put to top. Let's see. Should make him delete it before he gets a chance to enchant it, actually, so it should be fine. He spawns in something. How are you doing on emeralds? 15. Right, so your route of progression is you can either mine stuff like normal, you can go tame a llama, stick in a village, and bring them stuff. Yeah, okay, so the ingot got deleted, now the pickaxe should get enchanted. And you'll cycle through enchants until it despawns, at which you'll make a new one. So that little tweak should make it much better. Hey, Mr. Winner, yeah, sorry, no, I'm just testing stuff for the upcoming data pack. So this should get random enchants. Right, bounce it out, it has Curse of Vanishing, but then it also has Villager Crafted. It should now start the cycle anew. I don't want iron, actually. I want to see what else you can make. It should be a rough chance. Why'd you do that? Did I not type in one of them correctly, or is he spawning it somewhere else? No, I must have not typed in the other items correctly. Was it summon item, iron ingot, gold ingot, and a diamond? No, he's made it. Yeah, it's the item clause, I betcha. If there's any items within a distance of 3, it doesn't actually... Why did you... Ah. Golden God. I hate gold. I always forget to add the EN to the actual items. We should be able to toss out 2 gold. Right, and you should turn it into a tool for us. Yeah, and I'll enchant it now. So, there's a double-edged side to this. So with the diamond, he only spawns 1 diamond. And the issue with that is it's only 1 diamond to craft a diamond tool if you use a villager, right? If I make it 2 diamonds, again, I don't want to make it 3, so it's actually beneficial to bring them materials. If I make 2 diamonds, then it's now a decent way to farm diamonds. Although the chance is minimal, right? It's 1 in 3. It still would be a decent way to farm diamonds, which I don't want. I guess the other option is to make it slowly stack up the items, right? So it takes 2 stages to actually make the iron ingots into 2, and then do something, gold ingots to 2, then do something, diamond to 2, then do something. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. So he starts by summoning 1, and then if they exist, he'll modify them to 2. That's actually pretty easily to work in as well. I should probably make them despawn quicker as well. Okay, so I should spawn in 1 ingot at a time now. Right, so 1 gold. This should become 2 gold at the next tick. Or the next proc, I should say, of him smithing. Yeah, and then 2 should become a actual tool. So again, you can speed it up by bringing him 2 of a kind. And then he'll enchant it. And they're decent enchants too. Again, I like the whole idea of there being multiple routes, right? Rather than doing the whole all grind like usual. go find a little bit of ore, but then do this villager grind instead to actually get pretty powerful starting equipment. Right? I mean, look at that. We got a mending axe off of him, but it does have that curse of vanishing. There's also, I guess, free experience. Cost of 1 emerald to do it. Yeah, no, I think I'm all around though happy with that balancing. The issue now is the grindstone, which is exactly the same. So we'll put these actually in the middle tier, right? It could be better, but mostly I'm completely happy with them. Smithing table will go in the early tier. Yeah, so this has the exact same issue, it looks like. So that's an easy fix. I just have to replicate what I did with the toolsmith. So weaponsmith work. So start off by only summoning 1 of everything. Again, you can summon gold, iron, or diamond. It's fine. I think that was all I had to do to fix this up. Alright, so you should summon 1 ingot at a time. With a grindstone, I don't know about inserting them. Right, because they pop out, so I don't know if you can lock the inventory. Because with a furnace, they obviously don't pop out. I think that's the big crux. But 1 iron should turn to 2. And then 2 should turn into a sword or an axe. So this one, you don't actually get a huge benefit for crafting. I suppose I could decrease it to 1, but then that seems way too easy. I could make it be an iron ingot, diamond, gold ingot, and a stick instead. But then a stick isn't really something hard to find. I'm just trying to think in my head, this versus normal crafting. So you find, for a sword, right, you find 2 iron and a stick, you get a sword. This you'd find 1 iron, a stick, and an emerald to get a sword. I mean, the best use of them is probably to use them for early game enchants. I probably have to decrease the level that they do give, but basically you take your equipment to a village, you drop it on, and they'll enchant it for you, right? Yeah, I think I just have to decrease the level of the enchant. So on swords, it's sharpness 3, looting 1, mending 1, unbreaking 2. Probably just decrease the sharpness. That's not too much of a big deal. I don't know if the vanishing curse is enough to balance out the mending on equipment. I could limit what you can give him, right? So he won't actually do anything with netherite tools. That's probably the other way to do it, is make sure they can't give you mending on netherite tools. But then, again, there is so much going on with the customization of items, right? That I do want to speed up the early game. And make the end game the mid game, and then this is now the new end game, right? So you will need a lot anyway. So enchants aren't really the biggest crux anymore. Yeah. I'll think about the netherite tool stuff. But then it is also, again, cool to set this up, give it emeralds, and you can go take your netherite tools to the blacksmith and have them actually improve it for you, right? I think that is a decent interaction. It will just decrease the sharpness level 2, though. Unbreaking to level 1? No, just sharpness. And same with efficiency, I'll put down to level 2 instead. Although their max is 5, right? Because the idea was halfway. We'll leave it as is for now. Alright, so the toolsmith works same. So you can go there. Who do we have left? Just the cauldron, I believe. That is not what I wanted. I want to go into my inventory. Again, they are ramping up production quicker than it would normally be. Alright, cauldron. Right. All you do is make leather. I feel like I do need to give you a better interaction. Right, so he fills a cauldron. He spawns in some rotten flesh. Drains the cauldron a little bit. Then he'll turn it into leather. Drain the cauldron a bit more. Right. And then he will refill the cauldron, turn that leather into armor. Just leather armor. And that's like so-so. Again, if you can... well, actually, giving the items attributes are definitely going to be the big thing. I think on this one, definitely spawn the leather item on themselves instead. I definitely need to decrease the time as well. They should be equivalent to the toolsmith and everything. How long the items stay around. So 4,800 except 54. What else could I have him make? That's actually probably the big thing, right? Other than armor, I could have him make, I don't know, leads. Leads, books, maybe. The other thought I had was to give them all secret crafting, right? If you have X amount of luck, they can make other stuff for you. For instance, the leather curer can make the other unique leather. Right? That's a okay-ish idea. And then the other thing to balance out is what villager crafted actually does. Right? So everything the villagers make from scratch has this lore tag, villager crafted, that I need to actually make functional. Yeah. I think that's probably the best way to tweak what exactly they're doing. But it does feel like the cauldron can go here, along with everything else. Where'd I put the blast furnace? You know what? Yeah, we'll put them on that tier. So, it is nice that nothing feels like it needs desperate work, right? These probably need better results. Otherwise, basically, you just want to go around a village and purge them. So that you don't have to worry about them sucking down the emeralds from the llama. Right. These four feel fine. Again, you can get tipped arrows, you can get fish or any fishing item, so that's decent. Enchanted books, right? And then the stonecutter is miscellaneous resources, so that's fine. I might make him cut specific things, maybe, rather than just tough. These four, depending how I tweak villager crafted, or if I give what they create attributes, maybe, right? That's fine. And then these are, they're functional, right? So the farm actually doing farmer stuff, but they probably need a boost. The composter is an easy one. I could probably just have the farm actually build up the composter. God, I hate that word. But yeah, I think the villager stuff is looking good, right? I think green was fine, just slight tweaks to it. And it's all functional. It's taking emeralds from the llama, they all work. Timing-wise, it will definitely not be as quick as what just happened there. And then you also have the fact that in a normal village, they don't hang around their blocks all the time. So they will only work during work hours, right? And I still need to give the nitwit something to do. Yeah, no, I'm happy with that for today. Ooh. Getting there. What's today? Is today Wednesday or Thursday? Wednesday. Perfect. I have an extra day. I love that when I think it's a day later than it is. Right? So again, I'm hoping to get everything but bosses probably done by today or tomorrow. Then finish off bosses, and then... Oh, excuse me. Oh. Over the weekend. 2 dungeons. Yeah. I think that's a go. I think we'll leave it there for now. I might be back later, depending on how much work I get done on the other stuff, just to, again, trial and test them. Although my throat is not feeling great. We'll see. Anyway, we'll leave it there. Anyone hanging around, thank you as always. Anyone watching in post, thank you as well. Hope you enjoyed. Oh, feels good to actually be near the end, finally. Hope you enjoyed. See ya.